know how to tie
yeah,
a lanyard.
That's the beauty of
you didn't get nothing out of it. You did get laid. You know what I mean? As a kid, I would have taken it, whatever.
Well, you're
A guy, I was at I had to take a retail job now, and I was at work, and this guy, I forget that our sense of humors don't work with humans, and I haven't had a real job in years. And this older guy was like, I was watching the news, and this 4-year-old girl, like in Long Island or something, got killed. And the guy's like, do you think you think if you were a parent, would you let your 4-year-old just go out in a bad area? I'm like, well, was she misbehaving? It's like, because that'd be a great pun. If I knew I lived in like a heroin-riddled bad part of town, yeah, for like an hour, I'd let her out there.
That's time out.
That's time out and time in for me. I feel good. She's out there. It's fun.
And your coworker didn't like that?
Well, no, he just ignored it. Like, okay, I was nuts. I'm like, oh yeah. So then I doubled down because he was like, imagine that your daughter gets killed, or worse, she gets, molested. I go, that's not worse. I go, if I had my Sophie's choice, I'd rather be kid fucked than kid dead.
Oh, of course.
Unless you have an insurance policy on the kid, in which case,
No, if you're the kid, you're right. If you're the parent, and yeah, you just want your kid.
Had as a child in the scenario.
Yeah, if you were a child.
Sorry,
you were a child, and someone's like, "Here's your options. I fuck you, and then you live."
I wish you said the second part to the guy. And just double down. Well, listen, I'd rather be fucked as a kid than dead.
I did say that to him.
Oh yeah, he liked that?
No, he just said, "Well, I don't really like watching the news," and then kind of want to. They all just kind of humor me, and that's fine.
I just see you walking into the lunchroom, just walking it, coming up behind a conversation. He's like, this fucking new guy. I don't know about him.
Well, the guy who hired me, it's at a retail place, and he knew me as a comic. So the only thing he told me was, "Hey, he goes, no crowd work." That's all he said. I'm like, all right, that's all I got, I guess.
Don't talk about fucking anyone's wives. Okay, don't be too aggressive.
Well, I don't talk about. Okay, John, I guess you don't know my act. I ask people if they fuck. I don't talk about their fucking. No, I ask them if they fuck, and then I tell them I don't care.
I do know your act, and that's why I said that.
That's the favorite part of that part of the act, where they're like, oh, he cares about our sex. I go, no, I don't. They're like, oh, happy we bought couches.
What kind of retail were you doing?
I am still doing it. I work at it's called Big Lots. It's kind of like a Walmart, but like.
Oh, baby. I know the Big Lots.
I was on radio last week, and they asked me about it, and I said it's like if Walmart got divorced and only kept half its shit.
Absolutely. Absolutely. It's like a fucking.
Very proud of that one. So it's
that's accurate.
Yeah, because I lost I had no gigs. My radio stuff, I was part-time, so that was gone for a while, too.
No, totally.
What?
No, it's fucking,
I had to do something.
You have to do something. I mean, I figured, if you're full-time, you got to do something right now.
And the unemployment doesn't do much because I couldn't figure out what the fuck we're supposed to get from the gigs thing. I already had unemployment for my part-time thing.
Yeah.
So I tried to figure out whatever that thing is where you can get gig money, and I'm still waiting on that. So once my Trump bucks came in, and then the other one, that was all rent and bills, and I was just fuck it. I got to work a real dash.
Plus,
job.
there's no way you're claiming everything you make from comedy. As far as them calculating the unemployment.
Unless the government's watching this episode, in which case, yes, he does.
No, I don't. What? The three of us are the same. Half our gigs at least are cash or under the table. It's like
totally. I feel like the majority is Venmo.
Yeah, and most of us comics don't have, everyone's like, do you have your 2019? I'm like, no, I didn't pay my 2019 taxes. I have to pay taxes. I don't get money back because we get nothing taken. We had nothing taken out. So I have my 2018 numbers, and those are fine. And I'm also, as a comic, you're like, yeah, I cleared 20,000 this year, but like anyone else, like, that's a real job. I'm like, fuck you. That's a big deal.
If you're struggling for cash, there's a lot of looting going on right now. You could probably just loot the Big Y that you work at.
I could, but I like looting with masks on. That's my favorite. I like that they're rioting, but they're safe. Like they've got a pitchfork. Did you guys see? I guess
it's the perfect crime.
Right. Well, speaking of perfect crimes, we're going into it. Did you guys see the latest cop killing a person? The knee neck one?
Yeah.
How'd I miss that?
Fun. It's a good time. I said to my daughter, "Did you hear about it?" She goes, "Which cop killing a person?" I was like, "Oh, look at her. She's ready." But no, but okay. I wrote one thing on Facebook, and someone asked me to take it down, and I was like, I commented on something. Someone wrote the whole thing with the neck, and I said, "Well, in the defense, the neck was singing the national anthem, and the guy just kneeled on it in respect, and they were pissed. I was like, "Fucking necks can't sing. It's like, it's not a real thing." It's like,
People are touchy on this subject, Matt.
that's the funny thing. This one, people are like, "Well, the cop was wrong." But when a cop shoots a 13-year-old black kid, they're like, "Whatever." He thought his kite was a gun. Like, it's like, so you have to go all the way or none of the way. You know what I mean? You got to be all. If you defended the other ones, the cop, you don't know. Maybe he was. I didn't look at the guy. Maybe he was heavier. Maybe
The video changes everything.
Right. Well, who needs?
Yeah, the video. I mean, the video is what makes people go fucking berserk, obviously.
Yeah, but I mean, listen. If you're gonna kneel on something, a neck. If you're gonna choose a body part, the neck seems the cleanest to me. Like, I'm not gonna touch your balls or your chest or anything gross. Your neck is somewhere where you maintain it well. So
Those are the only other. Those balls, chest, and neck. That's what a man's made of.
All right, if you're gonna fight a guy and give him a knee, where you hit
that's
him?
that's the order I wash things in the shower is balls.
Yeah,
neck. That's all.
right there, asshole, balls,
Yeah.
neck.
Have
and
you
I'm out.
have
I'm
you
out. I don't
have-
do anything else.
I keep them clean for the police officers. I don't want them getting their knees dirty. That's
Yeah.
have either of you ever been in like an actual fight and kick someone in the balls?
Yes.
Oh,
Twice. Oh, very much so.
I don't think I've ever kicked a person in the balls like to be mean. I've tapped friends, but
No,
I've never done an actual
kicked
kick.
once, punched once. The
Okay.
punch once. The guy was much bigger than me. He
Yeah.
threw one punch. I got staggered back, so I brought him to my size, and I hit him right in the fucking nuts. There's no rules. The guy was trying to hurt me.
Yeah.
I'm gonna hurt him in his nuts. I'm not gonna
Yeah, if
be
you're not the-
worried
if you're
about
not
his
the- if
sex
you're not the
game later. He's a
aggressor.
dickhead.
Well, that's fair.
It's like, I like how you
I
have
kicked a guy. I
rules.
kicked a guy in the balls in second grade, and I'll never forget that look. Great.
A guy?
It was. We weren't fighting. I was just totally a shithead.
No, was it a
And
kid or a guy?
It was a kid.
No, I didn't. I thought you
It
were
was the
second
teacher.
grade and you
I
kicked an
punched-
adult in the nuts. I'm like, that's awesome. That's
They
the
sent me
best
home
story.
early that day.
yeah, boo, homework.
Yeah, exactly. I just punted the principal between the legs.
The janitor was like, "You cleaned that up, but you
I
cleaned
knew-
this up," and I kicked him right
I
in the
knew
teeth.
I knew Tilson in high school. He did not have the balls to kick someone in the balls, let alone a professor.
They left me at like 9 years old.
Yeah.
You're tall. You could do like a long, far away kick to the dick.
Yeah, baby.
You should have taken
And-
advantage
That's,
of that.
you're looking at the what was the Coyle and Cassidy punting record holder for.
I was a
several-
punter. That's right.
Like for real?
Oh yeah, I was the punter for the high school. Yeah.
You were that tall, and they said you should
Fucking-
punt.
Well, I was a tight end, defensive end punter. I'll have you know. Okay.
Tight end.
But I was definitely better at punting than I was at the other two.
What you have to
sounds
understand,
like-
what you have to understand, Pat, is it was a very bad team.
No, we were awful. We were awful.
But it's every position you played sounds like something in gay sex. It's just everything there. Defensive
Oh
end
yeah, absolutely. Tight
Tight
end.
end and
Yeah,
punter.
especially at a Catholic school.
But
You know,
Catholic boys and girls or just boys?
boys and girls.
Oh,
Steve and I went to the same high school.
Well, I gathered that when he said he knew you.
I've just been no, we didn't. I've just been following John for a long time.
Big fan of
big
your
fan.
work.
That punter's
peep.
tall. That boy's tall.
It's my peeping Tom.
So why did you guys start a podcast? Just out of sheer boredom? Why did you guys start a podcast?
We talked about doing it for forever, but we never could get our. He's still in Boston. I'm in New York right now, so it's like we couldn't really. It's just a hassle for him to drive all the way up and kind of build something while we're also trying to. I mean, he's doing regular weekend shows. I'm doing shows all the time up here, so it's like when were we?
Before this, at least.
Yeah, before this
Right.
at least. So this was like, all right, well, everyone's doing it long distance now anyway, so why not just build the foundation and then once he does either move here or maybe like once a week come up, or we can just keep doing. This has been working really actually far better than I expected.
I've never did this till this pandemic, whatever. I'll never podcast the other way again. Fuck.
I see what I was talking to him. What I would like to do once things get back to normal is I would love to figure out a way to incorporate like the place I do my show, the comic book store thing behind me. I would love to do a live podcast down there because even if we only get like even if we don't have like the same size turnout, it'd still be a ton of funny movies.
Those are fun, but they're work. I did a couple live podcasts at comics. And I mean, that's obviously
Yeah.
a much bigger place. And
Yeah.
it's like people that listen, you're recording it to put it out for them later.
Yeah, yeah.
And you and the people in the audience, half of them, more than half of them, don't know what the show really is. So you have that weird balance of making sure the crowd's entertained, but also not boring your audience that listens later.
Yeah,
So
100%.
I was doing a lot of crowd work, but also trying to incorporate it. It was just very odd.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I think the way I market it, that's probably how I'll try to make sure everybody knows that's coming out, like what they're getting into. Maybe I'll do it before the show or something. But yeah, I think it could be fun.
No, it's definitely, especially in a smaller place where you know people, it can be more
Yeah,
fun.
if
When I
it's-
did
if
it
it's
at
tight.
comics, it was just a way to do the
That's a big
bringer in a
space.
new way.
Yeah.
Also, just a way to use people and make them go on there.
for sure.
Comics just comping tickets to people cooling off from gambling. Come on in here. Yeah. Podcast. No, it's like radio.
Oh, we got it. Oh, 100%. We got a couple of them.
Yeah.
I just let them in, and she goes, "It's supposed to be stand up." I go, "Bitch, it says podcast. Like, we said it out loud." It's like, why are you just talking? Where are the other people? I'm like, no, it's my name's on it. It's fucking Pat Oates pod. I think I'm the guy.
Gray hair and oxygen tubes in the front row. Just like, what? What do you say?
And then we would have one comic go in the crowd with a mic, and then so when they did yell at them, they could yell back, but they were so scared, like nobody would respond.
Oh, yeah.
The mic get down. Like I would just beat them down, and they'd be like, "I don't want to play anymore." Like, all right, thanks.
Well, so you like it like this. You like the Zoom calls because it's easier to schedule shit, I assume, right?
Well, I like that I can have like you two on. I don't have to worry about scheduling. I can have people on I want to have on. Before it was kind of how, who could I get that can come to my house and come here?
Fucking drive
to do all that. It's like the same 5 or 6 people are doing it myself. I've been able to have much better guests on. Zoom is beyond easy to record on. It just does everything for you, and I can put video out now too. I didn't really know how to do any of this shit.
The clips are great. Like if you can do like that's what we've been doing a lot of is just like snipping like whatever the one big laugh or whatever and then chucking it out there. It's just such a better way to like market and get people to like see what's going on.
And we can put backgrounds of dumb shit. And that's
I can do this. Is this backwards, by the way? Can you see the names? Are they even the correct?
Oh,
order?
I see it.
All right, cool.
We should have told him it was backwards.
Oh, fuck, you're right. We should. It was backwards last time.
Couple of fucking
no, it's
bullies.
perfect.
Oh, cool.
You're whoring out all your
It's
stuff.
not. It's not perfect because my shit isn't on there and I don't have one. I've got a pitiful list of something. I'm not telling you what it is behind me.
There's some wires under a TV just showing us that you're there, but not there yet.
That's just a checklist for the ingredients for a bomb.
Could you make a bomb? Do you think you could make a bomb?
I mean, you can find the instructions.
No,
I could.
Could you just make? I could look up anything. Could you make a bomb?
Is
No.
gasoline and a lighter?
That's not a bomb, though. That's just a fire.
I could definitely.
I'm literally proud that I'm editing our podcast. I'm proud of myself.
Right.
I'm like, I put music with it.
I just love that whenever anyone does make a bomb and there's this crazy terrorist or some dumb thing, they've made the bomb. I know without looking it up, I could not make a bomb. I have no idea how to detonate. I couldn't. They're smarter than me. They're
I think
blowing
they looked.
themselves up.
I think they looked it up. I don't think they have like engineering degrees though.
Most are looking up instructions. I mean, like the Unabomber was a fucking genius. I don't know that he was looking up anything. I mean,
Well,
like
I think most of them weren't looking it up because we would have caught him with that Google search of like how to make a bomb in Iowa at a parade.
Are you? I think you get caught now very easily with shit like that. You need like an actual physical manual. Now it's like, all right.
You go to the bookstore. Any bomb books here? You're going through the microfiche and checking it out. It's like back in my day, you used Dewey Decimal to find your bomb books.
Do detectives even fucking consider looking at a library like check-in log?
You can do something. No one's going there. You could go. I want to go there and watch porn.
To watch porn?
At a library. No one's going to stop you.
Well, you're on the internet at home right now.
Masturbating at a computer like, I have a mask on. What do you want from me?
Library card right here. I'm in.
You don't know who I am. I'm a member.
And this is my member. And they both have masks on. And we're fine.
Yeah, I'm wearing a condom out of respect for the man sitting next to me working on a research project.
I mean, I was on Pornhub searching librarian porn. Then I'm like, why? When I can do the real thing. I'm here now. You're
here.
Much older and you're not hot, but whatever. We're doing this now.
You'll do. No, I could not make a bomb. In short, that's beyond my expert. I'm not handy. Is that handy? Is that what handy falls under?
That's what handy is. Making anything. Making a bomb is super handy. That's way better than like building a birdhouse.
I was gonna say I don't know that like I couldn't make a good birdhouse. There's no chance I could make a good birdhouse. So I definitely can't make a fucking bomb.
If someone gave me the proper cut wood, I probably could figure out. Would you nail it, or do you just do screws and a drill? I don't even know that. I
Use peanut butter. That's the main sealing ingredient of bird.
Peanut butter, bird seed in your dick, and you just go outside in a glory hole and you wait for birds to come.
It's just like I'm not handy enough to make a gingerbread house.
I think I can build a glory hole. I think that's all I could do.
You just put a lot of twigs in your asshole, lay on the deck, wait for the birds. The birds do the work for you.
And then you just wait. It's like fishing. It's not about what you're doing. It's about the experience.
If you built a glory hole, which side would you be on?
You're on the wrong side. I built it backwards. Fuck, I'm over here. Like,
oh no, I'm inside the
dick.
I'm not in the bathroom.
I know I couldn't use a glory hole. I could never put my dick in a hole and hope for the best or the
It's only a guy though. That's the whole issue. You know it's only a guy on the other side. There's less than 10% chance it's a woman.
Well, it could be a kid.
Could be a kid.
He's just curious. He walked by. He's like, "What's this?" I mean, it could be a woman. Listen, I've never been gay, but I'd rather have a hot guy than a gross lady.
What?
If it's a glory hole and I look over afterwards and the guy is like a 10 or the woman has no teeth and she's a 2, the bragging point still, I didn't know, but at least I got a hot one. You go fishing, you're looking for trout, but you get a carp. You take the hot carp.
No teeth sounds actually a little enticing. I don't know.
People say that, but that's got to be weird. No teeth.
I mean,
no
I
teeth.
don't
you don't want teeth on it, but you want to know teeth are there.
I don't want teeth broken off at the gums.
But black dead tooth scraping across the top of your penis.
Yeah, I don't know if I'm ever going to be in this position.
Racist. Who cares what color the tooth is? But how do you know it doesn't feel better? It's a soft black tooth, so it might feel like a gum. It might be. Maybe you want just rotted teeth.
That could be the answer.
You don't know. That could be the
answer.
So many things.
Hopefully, we're never in the position to find this out.
Well, we haven't made it big yet, but when I get my own writer, it's going to be one of the things I ask for in the green room.
It's a
bunch of women with just rotted teeth and then a bowl of M&Ms that they can't eat.
I was going to say, a bowl full of brown teeth.
That would be great. Hey, whore, here's your M&Ms. Like, I can't chew them.
Chew them for me. Baby bird it to me.
I don't know if I could I couldn't baby bird a woman with no teeth. She can suck my dick, but there's no way I can transfer things into her dumb mouth. There's just no way I can do it.
Jesus, Mr. Particular.
I am very picky. I'm not really kinky, so
No, I'm not either. No, I wouldn't use a glory hole. I mean, like, you'd have to be a trucker. That's meant for truckers. You've been on the road for 3 weeks.
From?
Glory?
Who called it the glory?
Yeah,
it has to be ironic.
Yeah, the ratio of glory to hole is not very. There's a whole lot more hole than glory.
Yeah, the guy who built that wasn't thinking math. Yeah. It's like
it's about
what's the ratio glory to hole?
Yeah.
I used to wonder, like, if you after you're done, if you like whisper into the hole, "Thank you."
That's the creepy part.
That's the payment.
I would want to get out of there so fast before the other person came out of the stall. Like, you wouldn't want to see like what was.
My God, no.
Like,
my God, no.
Like a handshake afterwards. Thank you, sir. That was
John. I don't think you want to go whispering into the hole after, because then they think it's your turn.
So you could be right.
Don't throw mouth in there.
You do not want to see that guy. I mean, it's like when you watch porn, you just delete everything the second you come. It's just, I have to imagine it's like a full sprint out the door.
You don't watch after just to see how it plays out.
I need some closure.
I gotta know. You know what porn pisses me off? The one where they don't show their face. The woman doesn't show her face.
Oh my God!
I don't know why, but I need to know that. I need to know their face isn't terrible. The body is super hot.
I really don't even. To me, there's a butterface has a purpose, but like I need to know the face to know. I don't know what it is psychologically.
I need to know they have a face.
I need to know they have a face.
It's nothing.
I'm genuinely starting to hate porn. Like I don't think I can even use it. It's like I feel nothing anymore. I'm just so numb to looking at. A naked woman does nothing for me now. Like it just doesn't even. It's like it's there.
She needs to have her
a
asshole
naked woman
clamped open.
In porn.
What's that? Yeah, and
live
pornography.
in person.
Yeah, no, that's totally different. But it's like because there's an excitement, there's a level of like, oh, something's happening. It's just, I'm just like, it means it's not even just in porn. It's like it's so in everything now that I don't. It's like titties they're meaningless. A nipple doesn't. It's like they used to. Jesus Christ.
If you send me, I'm right on board. If you send me a titty pic, I'm like, I don't care. I'd rather you send me something in a bikini. I'd rather see and make me imagine it. I want to earn the titty. What happened to earning the titty? To meet someone, they send you their like wide open pussy. You can see cave miners in there. It's like so open and cavernous. I don't need to see the inside of your hole.
I do not need to see the inside at all.
Oh, a gaping asshole. Who's loving that?
Pat, I think you should make that a T-shirt. I don't need to see the inside of your hole.
No, I don't need it. I want to know what's inside you. I don't want to see what's inside you. It's a Hallmark card that I'm making.
I still watch porn. Steve, have you masturbated yourself gay?
Yeah, I have. Yeah. No, I was just like, I literally was just watching it. Like, I don't know. And I'm like, I won't even get that far. I'll open it up. And be like, I'm kind of like horny and I'm want to just rub one out or something. And I'll look at it and I'm just like, this is not.
Do you use brain pictures?
It's more of a time killer for me. Same way. I have usually finished to things in my head, but I might need a starter. It's an opening act, but then I close it out.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's all I'm doing. I just need someone. I need someone to bite the bullet for a couple minutes. Literally, that's what I look up.
I'm a fucking closer.
I'll handle it from here now. Laptop.
I'll take it from here.
Some guy comes and it's like, no, dude, we're co-headlining. We're not co-headlining. Get the fuck out of here. It's like, that's 2 features. It's not a headliner.
That'll do, pig. That'll do.
Yeah, and then the gaping asshole porn.
No. I think it's just people. It's like a drug. You just push your tolerance further and further and further.
Yeah, but they're making the drug. Like, there's a woman there who's like, "Hey, I want you guys to see inside my butt."
The viewer. It's like a porn star who doesn't do anal sex these days. It's just like, what do you even have some pride in your job?
I respect and I jerk off to a lot. The girl who you can't find sex. Like, she just blows you or just jerks you off. I'm like, this girl has, she has morals and standards.
But when she does get fucked, and it inevitably will happen, that's the hottest video on the internet for like.
That's the greatest. That is the number one.
I got it. It's almost like waiting in a relationship. And you're like, someday I'm gonna get it. It's gonna happen. When's it gonna be? And then all of a sudden it's there.
There's one girl, Sasha Fox. It's like 2 exes or 3 exes from that family, the 3X family.
That's the one with the penis.
That's a real.
Yeah,
man.
she's the one with the penis, but not on her. It's on her head. It's amazing. It was a surgery she had. It's incredible. She's just 69. She throws off the whole game. But my problem is, I find a girl like that. Right? I find her attractive. She does just blows you, and that's it. It only fucked one time, and it was hot. But her other main thing is foot shit, and I hate feet. So it's like I'm still mad at you.
She'll jerk the guy off with her feet.
With her feet nonstop, or the smelly sock shit. Like, who's into that? You want to smell my feet?
Steve got quiet. Sorry, Steve. We're not into that.
You like feet, Steve?
I'm like, you know what? Maybe that's where I go now.
Maybe that's what you need. That's the only thing you can get off.
I don't know. I don't get the feet thing. I do. I always wonder about fetishes and stuff. Like, where does that? Like, how do you arrive at that? Like, it's got to be something that happens in your childhood. You don't just like see a foot and you like want to fuck it. Like,
I don't know if it's all childhood. I think there's people like us who overanalyze the world. And like, same way we were at an open mic. If you guys are on stage and working out a joke, I might not laugh at the good joke, but if you say something fucked up, we're all gonna laugh. I think when we overthink things, we look for that weird shit. So it's almost like. Not that I want to jerk off to this, but I want to know why that human being is doing that right now. It's like 3 penises inside your vagina and 1 in your asshole. Okay, I'll see how you do it.
I'm a curious man.
I want to know how you pull the rabbit out of that hat.
I like the guy who has to lay under the girl in the DP.
That's a shitty gig.
That's the
worst.
That is a shitty
gig. You're just a juice catcher at that point.
You're just under. And then the other guy, like, I don't have that kind of confidence to straddle over a woman. Like, all that's stopping your dicks from fucking headbutting is just a little bit of skin.
They don't care. They clear. I've tried to wrap my head around this. You just can't care. There's no way you can care. There's no way you can be like, all right, but we're not going to touch.
Like I get the old pig roaster. I get that one. You know, once when I was in college, I had two buddies that would do that with this one girl. They would let me know. They put something on the door when I got home to the apartment that this one girl would come over.
How's
Like,
she
how do you
doing
guys
now?
do it by looking at each other? But they both would wear Jason hockey masks while they
Oh my God.
but she didn't know. She would bend over, then they'd put them on and laugh while they stared at each other with masks on.
Oh my God.
Can you imagine if you walked in on that? I would just think, oh my God, immediately.
Like, are they
horror
gonna
scene.
kill her after?
I walked in. I would walk in like when they were done, and the three are just sitting on the couch, and I would just laugh because just know she's like the worst woman. She just got fucked with hockey masks.
Did she know that you knew?
When I said I know you just got fucked by these two guys wearing hockey
okay.
masks, she had a clue.
You play it close to the vest. I like that.
I don't know if you know this about me, but I kind of call
You're a
it as I
shy
see it.
guy. You're a shy guy.
I was getting roasted one time, but Dave Sheehan said Pat has the uncanny ability to tell a Puerto Rican they're Puerto Rican, and I thought never nothing more hit home than that one there.
That's right. That's a skill. I don't have it.
I'm not like you two. I don't do this wordplay bullshit. I just throw it out there.
You just Tasmanian devil your way up there.
That's all I do. Have either of you done any Zoom shows?
I've done
haven't.
2.
Ugh.
Yeah.
For
I'm not-
Ryan?
I did one for Ryan and one for Josh Day, New Hampshire guy.
I asked Drew Dunn this. I'll ask you this.
Yeah.
Did Ryan at least elevate you and make you a headliner in a Zoom show, or does he still fuck you over?
I was like the headliner on the poster,
Yeah.
but I Brian Bowden, who like kind of co-runs these with him.
Right.
I think he closed it out though. I did like 20 minutes. I think Bowden did like 40.
Jeez.
Yeah.
I'm not doing
Even 20 minutes. Like that was my first show in like over 2 months. I had to fucking relearn my act.
Yeah, I don't know what I would do right now.
I don't even know my fucking jokes.
Last time I performed was March 14th. But I only want to do it on stage. I don't want to do it through Zoom.
It feels yucky.
I just saw somebody posted a Instagram video of them doing it on a roof in Brooklyn, and it just seemed like it was all. I don't know if they were doing just an open mic or if it was like an actual show, but it don't look great. It's just
I
like,
saw a video of Aaron Berg doing some time on a Jay
In a
Nog
park-
show
yeah,
in a parking lot to cars. And Berg is fucking hysterical. So if anyone's making
yeah.
it work, it's him.
Yeah.
But that
Yeah.
still looks awful.
It's so. I mean, any outdoor show is rough because it's just so open. Like there's nothing to catch. I mean, the whole point of like a good room
yeah.
is like it's tight.
Yeah, you
was
want
like-
the
it was like
acoustics. You don't want the sound to go away.
Yeah, it's crazy.
No, and like, did you like in that Aaron Berg video? Like the people like have their heads out like the window. And it's like, oh God, this is. I love. He posted a clip and he the last thing of the clip was, "Hey, fat guy, keep eating."
But I know that's all. See, that's all I would try to do. I don't want to do. I listen. I love doing crowd work. I love picking on people. But they came out. They wore a certain shirt out in public. Their wife sucks. Whatever. I'm not gonna shit on them in their home. Like, hey, your couch is bullshit. Like that's a little fucked up. So
Yeah.
it's like I don't want to pick on them for their home.
Yeah, it's just making fun of the cars they drove to. Like, okay, we know who has money in this parking.
Oh
lot.
yeah, totally.
Hey,
Yeah, 'cause
Puerto,
I like at a
Puerto
comedy
Ricans,
show.
are you all 24 of you okay in that Honda Civic? Are you okay in there?
That's the thing that's fucking weird with the Zoom show. You can see into their fucking living rooms. So it's
Yeah.
like if you wanted to, be like, oh, nice coffee table. How much money do you make?
Yeah, how much did you make off this gig? They can yell back at you. Like, they can heckle you, right? They can turn on the – they're not muted, right?
I think if you're like the administrator, it's your responsibility to like mute people if they start making too much noise and
Yeah,
shit.
but you want to hear their laughs? I wouldn't.
You want to hear their laugh? It's not. Everyone described it this way, and I agree. It's not as bad as you would think, but it's definitely not stand-up comedy.
Well, those people are wrong. It's as bad as I think. I don't want that. I need to feel the. It's all their laughs together. Is that what I miss? It's like the energy of the people in the room enjoying, not individual people feeling like they should laugh because they pay me $10 for this weird voyeur shit that we're doing.
I mean, would both of you do an outdoor show if you were booked to do one this week?
Yeah, outdoor, I'll do in a heartbeat.
Yeah.
I've done outdoors. One of my favorite outdoor shows ever I did for Treehouse, and it was in Western Connecticut in State University, and they had the stage was in the water, so it was like a moat around it, like a gazebo, and then it was at a Grateful Dead concert type thing, whatever. They had all these seats going out, and there was like thousands of people there, but only 80 sitting for the comedy show. Like nobody, there's all music than me.
Oh yeah.
I'm supposed to be clean. And I'm trying to tell jokes to them, and the connection is awful. I can't get out, but it was funny to watch people turn at certain things I said. And
Sure.
at one point, as it's not going well, a guy in the back tripping balls just yells out, "Hiroshima, Nagasaki." And I'm like, dude, are you naming other bombings? And he's like, yeah. And I'm like, that's fucking amazing. I'm going to be using this later. Thank you.
What time of day was that at?
It was like 2:00 in the afternoon.
Yeah, those are.
Fuck
those
yeah.
no,
On a Saturday,
Sunshine,
90
that's
degrees.
Did you ever go to those oddball? Like he and I went to one of those oddball comedy festivals. Like I think when they went in Connecticut. So they're like
Yeah.
they're outside. There's like a lawn thing.
Yeah.
It's a weird vibe. They're fun, but it is a weird vibe until about like I don't know. So like we're until like 7 p.m. when the sun starts to go down, and then it really like coalesces.
You need the sun down, man. You just need the sun. For me to pretend I'm cool, I need the sun down.
Yeah, even if we're inside, if you can see through the windows and it's light out, people don't feel like they can laugh when it's light out. It's a weird thing.
Yeah.
Well,
No, it's in the brain.
I don't want to
man.
make day drunks laugh. They don't need help. They did it.
No, there are already people that get day drunk.
They're doing that to forget. They don't want to
They're
hear
having,
my bit.
they're having fun. You don't get day drunk unless you're having fun.
Like the best way to connect with someone in the audience is to tell jokes about your troubles, your problems, so they can go, well, I'm bad, but I'm not as bad as that guy. That's why they laugh at us. But if they're drinking and have cirrhosis at 1, there's nothing I can do to be worse
No.
than them.
They're not.
You literally have to just shoot insulin on stage. Like it's not.
I guess you learned about my new closer.
Did you hear about this? I can't remember if I mentioned this to you, Pratt. Monday, June 1st, I think that's what Monday is. Pub on Park in Cranston is doing their first open mic back.
John Parada doing crowd work on Zoom? Or no, live?
No, this is live. This is
okay.
this is inside Pub on Park. I don't know if you've ever been there.
I have. I have been there.
One of the
years ago.
roughest mics. One of the roughest mics ever.
Yeah,
And I
I
think-
was there, and who was there when I was there? 'Cause it was fun. Alan Fitzgerald was there, and
Fitzgerald.
with the two of us just tore people apart. Nobody cared. We both looked at each other like, "All right, fuck this."
No one's listening. No one's listening. But I
did listen when I started to get a touch racist. Then they turned and listened a little bit. But
that cuts through the noise.
yes, it does. I mean, I wasn't saying anything racist. There was these black kids. So
I
I
let
took
my-
a
I let
hose
my-
out and sprayed them.
I let my
What a
hood
school.
speak for me.
I got a touch racist.
I didn't say anything racist. I just, had a swastika carved on my forehead. That was the,
Have you guys been working on any jokes, like writing?
Kind
side?
of passively. I just don't want to write something that's going to be irrelevant in 2 months, 4 months, whenever the fuck we start doing shows again. So it's like I'll write something down, but I'm not really working on it.
Right. I've got ideas, but I need that. Not that I need a filter, but I need that stage filter. Like to say it on stage, to work it out, to go, okay, this works, or Pat, that thought's not going to come out this way. And I don't have that. So I have all these dumb things that I know
Yeah.
are awful.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
I don't want to work on it too much because it's like 9 out of 10 jokes when I tell them at a mic, I don't use anyway. So it's like I don't want to just write all this shit when I'm only going to use 10% of it anyway.
yeah, it's like I think I the occasional tweet, but even then I can't like really muster the same amount of like energy. And then because you're like I'll tweet something sometimes if it's like if I think it might be stage worthy, then try it out later. And it's like, but there's no, so like half the reason for doing it isn't there. Mostly I'm just writing shit down to like actually talk about it on the pod. Like I'll get a half idea. And I'll be like, okay, maybe we can work this out like while in conversation or something. It'll be funny for listeners, but
By the way,
Okay,
I love both your guys' Twitter. You're two
Oh,
of my
thanks, man.
favorite fucking people
Oh.
on there because you're
Oh,
awful
appreciate it.
pieces of shit, but you write it in a wonderful way.
Whoa!
I mean, no, it really is. It's pieces of shit in the most wonderful way possible.
Isn't that-
I laugh at it all the time. Like with both of you, I'm like, oh, good. Other people are thinking awful shit right now. It's fantastic.
Well, you know what? You know what sucks? I would post. I know Steve would too, but you would too. I mean, like I would post worse shit, but once you pass a certain threshold, you know you're not getting likes even if people like it.
Right, but I lucked out
You know what I
because I
mean?
became part of the compound media world, where I started putting on shows on there. So now my new fan base are awful, wonderful, but awful human
yeah.
beings. So like, if I write something nice and normal, they're like, "Whatever, faggot, go back to your other stuff." I'm like, all right, sorry, mom, didn't mean to do that.
Sorry,
It's a-
I'll go.
Like the other day, I thought of one because I heard someone say that must be jelly because jam don't shake like that, and I don't know why. In my head, I was like, you should use that for handicapped people. It's like, it must be palsy because tard don't shake like that. It only got 5 likes. I'm like, fuck you. That's brilliant.
I would never post that because I know I get 0 likes. I would get 0 likes with the fucking.
Because they're all retarded. See, they were offended. That's why. If you're a normal style person, you like
That's
that
right.
joke.
You quote your own tweet. You didn't like this because you're all retards.
Well, are the palsy people upset? It makes sense. The joke makes sense. Palsy shakes, Tard doesn't.
Tard can shake.
Not the way palsy can. Are you kidding me? That's why they're not the same.
You're right. They're different.
Yeah,
They're
those
different.
two and downs are all the best.
Different ends of a spectrum. It's all a spectrum.
I've been working on a TV show with my the former co-host Brandon Smith that we know would never get made, and we called it Not So Special Now. And it's about a guy who was retarded, but one day woke up not retarded, doesn't know what to do anime, doesn't know what happened. We've been every week doing a podcast and putting it just on the Patreon, of course, working it out. 2 days ago, we went down a big rabbit hole of all Corky from Life Goes On, Chris Burke, the actor. He has a band. And it's two old men who just take advantage of him, make him sing Obati Obata as they play guitar. It's all on YouTube, and we just went in like 40 minutes of the darkest dive of just retard songs. It's fantastic. Are you both canceled?
Corky was a real character, right? I never saw that.
His real name is Chris Burke, but Corky was the actor's name.
You know a retarded actor's name?
Chris Burke.
He's retarded.
He's the Michael Jordan of retarded. There was you guys are younger. There was a TV show.
You're retarded. You guys are younger. You don't know retard actors.
Yeah, you don't know this.
They stopped teaching that course in high schools. America's never been the same. It's
Why do we know Rosa Parks but not Chris Burke? Rosa ain't helping me, but knowing a retard can do Shakespeare or something.
If you prick us, do we not bleed? That was fun.
Do they?
That was fun.
I can't say.
But Chris Burke, there was a TV show called Life Goes On, and it was a show about this guy, Corky, and Corky was retarded in his family, and then just Corky went to school and was retarded. That was the whole show. It was on for a couple seasons, and I think that networks realized, wait, we can't do this. But he's been in a bunch of other things. I mean, obviously, always playing. He's kind of typecast. I don't know if you know that.
Yeah, he's not playing
Professor
Jones
Corky.
Or...
now that he got older,
he was up for the role of Jeff Goldblum in Independence Day, but they're like, I don't think he's gonna know how to get on the.
I was hoping he was just up for the role as Jeff Goldblum. Like, that was it. Like, you're retarded and older now. Now you're Jeff Goldblum.
That's
all
the
right,
problem.
thanks.
We're more sensitive now, but we would never put a retarded person like that in a TV show, which raises awareness.
Yeah. Well, when we
now
make,
we just
if we
hide
ever
them.
got to make the show, we said we're going to be so pro retard. Like, we're going to have so many. I'm not going to hire someone who's like cultural appropriating. We're going to hire grade A, free range retards. Like, we're going to have so many of them. It's going to be fantastic.
Free range. That's good. That's noble.
I'm not going to cage retards. You know what I mean? I'm going to have them out there running free.
Yeah, it's going to be every 5 seconds. Line.
And then they're just doing coke. Like, that'd be the best. Like, wrong line. It's like,
retarded actors still do coke like regular actors.
well, not anymore. But like they did. But they die when they're 38. I think retards have a weird.
No. They actually live full lives.
Old tards.
Old tards.
When have you seen one? When have you seen an old wise tard?
You don't see them because they grow out of it. It's a phase.
Well, the issue is their parents die when they're 50.
Tard only lasts to 46. Yeah.
I can't wait till my 47th birthday.
I think dwarves and retarded people both live full lives.
Dwarves, but not midgets.
I think a midget's a bridge too far.
Which one's the magic
one? Every bridge is too far for a midget.
which one was accidentally created by a god? Which one? Yeah.
Which one is a race in Lord of the Rings?
Yeah, I was just saying. Which one did I read about in the Silmarillion? I don't recall.
I would think if you're religious right now, and you found and COVID happened, and this is supposed to be it's like the lamest wrath of God ever. But when you stop believing in God, like this is how we're gonna kill everyone because a Chinese guy kind of chomped on a bat. Like, I would stop believing in God. Like, this is lame.
Well, I was thinking, like, whenever someone's like, hey, would you suck a dick for $1 million? Would you blah, blah, blah? Whenever one of your idiot friends says something like that, like, I think a really good one is not the $1 million. Would you blow a dwarf to just be immune and able to leave the house and go to a bar?
Well, I don't drink anymore, so sure. I do it just so I can go to the bar.
A sober dwarf blow.
It's like, oh, I blew him, then I forgot I'm sober. Well, I might drink after blowing a midget. If I'm gonna suck someone's dick, I'd rather be a midget. I want a lot of dick.
That's a good question. You want less dick, but then midgets are creepy. I don't know.
Well, I think if the only problem with you in the gay sex is the creepy factor. Like,
whoa, homosexuality.
I was into
Whoa.
it until he put his tiny hand in my hair.
I was into it until I heard something as unnatural as a cock in a mouth.
You know, what, the last thing you want is his little midget stubby finger to do a reach around and blast it in the asshole. You don't need that. That's a thick finger.
No chance he could reach. No chance. I'm a pretty tall guy. No
He's
chance.
just but he's just in the undercarriage. He can live under your legs. You have no idea what they could do with you, tall and a midget. He just under there like it's a car wash. He's just cleaning everything underneath.
Hold on. I just ran the numbers. No chance. No chance.
You think anyone's ever like cheated on their spouse with a midget, and then like they came in midway through or something, like they got caught midway through, and the spot like the midget was in the bathroom and they just saw like what they thought were children's clothes on the ground.
Oh, it's the perfect crime.
No, but then the midget comes out and she's like, "Thank God."
Yeah, she's like, "Oh, I thought you were fucking a kid."
Can you imagine just like what that would do to a man's ego? Just like, hold on, she's fucking cheating on my fucking normal cock with a midget.
My normal cock.
Yeah, seriously.
Sounds like a book that Oprah Winfrey would review. It's like,
No,
oh,
it's
my
like-
normal cock.
It's like Dave Attell. He's like, he calls me Horsecock Johnson because 4 inches is pretty big to a midget.
It is. I think a midgets might have. I mean, just like everyone else, there's probably a couple midgets with like they're slinging pieces. You know what I mean? They've got to have a couple big ones.
Once again, I've researched this, and dwarves have big dicks. Dwarves do have big
You know
dicks.
the difference and everything. I don't know.
Dwarves are like stubby, thick people. You know,
Those are the ones with hooves, right?
John, those are like black women. You confused it. Stuffy, thick people
lower,
are black
lower
women.
half is a goat.
Lower
right?
half is a goat, and they have large, but the penis is internal for most of it.
A large pink dick that comes out at night.
I think that's what every gay private parade ends in. Just a large pink dick that comes out at night. That's all it is.
Barbs
It
on
should. That's a party. Did you see the movie The Ringer with Johnny Knoxville?
No, I saw clips, but I can't watch an entire retarded movie.
First of all, it's Johnny Knoxville. Have some respect.
I can't watch a retarded movie, but I can write a 6-season pilot.
Yeah, exactly.
Listen, here's why. I don't want anyone to think I'm stealing from them. You know,
fair
it's like,
enough,
no,
fair
this is
enough.
authentic, my own stuff.
It all has to come from up here.
No, those were exceptional
here.
mentally handicapped people. They were participating in sports. These are going to be heavily medicated mentally handicapped people.
Oh yeah.
What's
The
your
Ringer.
favorite
The
retarded movie?
Ringer.
Ringer? Is The Ringer the best retarded movie you ever saw?
I mean, what's a retarded movie? Like,
I Am Sam.
What's Eating Gilbert Grape?
What else is retarded?
Well, this had the most.
Matrix.
I've never seen more than 2 retarded people in a
Yeah.
room.
No, this was definitely a quantity, not quality.
Yeah.
I don't think
Yeah.
all of them were mentally handicapped. A lot of them were just pretending to be mentally handicapped.
That was like
Ooh.
fucking 2002. Like you could never make that movie. There is a scene where he's going through his retarded disguises in the mirror because he's going to win like millions of dollars winning the Special Olympics, something like that. And he's putting like the fucking bike helmet on, and he's putting like he's doing the impression. Like that would never fly.
Like in 2002, The Rock in wrestling said retard every week. He either called Kane a retard, he would just call someone retarded. Why isn't he canceled? Why can't they go back and see that The Rock used to say retard every goddamn week and didn't care?
The WWE was progressive.
They really were. They tried to force lesbian sex in your face. Like, let's make women wrestle like this and that. It was great. It was.
Oh yeah, Steve. Wait, you were a wrestling fan back then. Like, what was some of the other shit that was just so unacceptable from like the early 2000s?
The most incredible one that anyone ever sent me, I only vaguely remember, but he sent me a clip of it, and it was they had a group of Mexicans that were wrestlers, and they would come out riding lawnmowers
Yeah.
with lawn
The LWO, the Latino World Order. They would come out and they would ride. They were playing on the NWO, and they would come out and they'd ride little mowers and stuff. And they would come out and they would just have wave a Mexican flag and just be Mexican.
That's fucking amazing. So they took a nap in the middle of the ring.
Yokozuna, the Japanese wrestler, was Samoan.
Yeah,
He wasn't Japanese at all. They just said you look kind of like it. So
you look not white.
that's like Vince McMahon going, get over there. You look Chinese. Get out there. It's like, well, I'm not. I'm Samoan. It's like, just bow and eat rice.
Just here's your triangle cap.
I thought that they should have had a. I said this on another podcast, but they should have, when this first happened, Vince McMahon should have come up with a new bad guy character who was just Asian. His name was Coughing. And he's go in your face, and he would just yell that, and that would be the great character that we can get behind, and so that we can have Americans fight him.
Did you see any of the no crowd WWE?
I watch. I'm a wrestling fan through and through. So
you are? Okay.
Oh yeah, I'm talking about. I'm binge. That's how crazy I am. I'm binge watching all the Raws and SmackDowns on WWE Network starting in 1993. I'm on 2002 right now, so I'm right in the wheelhouse of all that stuff. I watch all of them every week. And I've been watching it now without the crowd.
It's dark without the crowd.
It is at first, but they've done some cool shit. They've done some, like the Undertaker Boneyard match wasn't bad. I heard you guys shitting on the Undertaker on your podcast, you assholes.
Did you listen to the pod? Did you listen to the pod he was on?
I've listened to did you watch the documentary he's in?
I didn't watch the documentary.
If you watch the documentary, it's the first time you do get to hear about him as a person, and it's better. Him just being on that podcast for was Simmons was weird if you didn't know the documentary. But it was cool to kind of hear what he had to say. But yeah, think about it. He's a grown man whose entire life pretended he was dead sometimes. Sometimes dead. Sometimes a biker. And so I remember that. He was a biker for a little while.
Oh, yeah. He was
American Badass.
But he's always 6'10" too. There's no hiding.
No, now with the hip, I think he's 6'7". I think they cut a couple inches off.
Do they still do that anymore, where they have like? Because remember, like Mankind had Dude Love, like where they have multiple people who have multiple different personas and characters. The WWE, or is that like kind of gone?
Well, they'll reinvent people. They'll like change if they're a good guy or bad guy, but they don't really just change their whole name and everything too much anymore. Because you can't, because now everyone can just Google everything.
Yeah.
I mean, now you can just look at they call it kayfabe when you're a character, but that's dead. There's no hiding. Like even the worst bad guy's got an Instagram and he's holding puppies and cooking steaks in his house. You can't hate him anymore.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Except for Hulk Hogan, who can still say the N-word and make porn tapes and win tons of money. That's my favorite Hulk Hogan.
What a great niche to have.
Vince McMahon said the N-word to Booker T on the air.
Oh, do I ever know that? That was fucking astounding.
That was Vince McMahon, the character.
Right. I don't like porn, but you can definitely jerk off to Vince McMahon telling Booker T the N-word.
Comments by Vince McMahon, the character, aren't representative of Vince McMahon, the man.
Wasn't that part of Hulk Hogan's argument? Was that his something about like when he sued Gawker or whatever, that his that the like there's something to do about revealing like his dick size or something? And it was something like Hulk Hogan, the character, has a bigger penis than Hogan, the man.
Hulk Hogan's dick is huge. Terry Bollea's dick is 3 inches.
Yeah, something like that. I feel like that was part of the argument. I don't know. I have no idea.
The Hulkster had a big hog. I watched the video.
It'd be weird if he had a small.
Did you watch the video?
I found it. I'm always, whenever I find out a guy who's famous was in a video, I want to see his cock. I want to see how big it is. I absolutely do.
I don't want to see Owen's cock.
That also applies to podcasts too, Pat. I'm sorry, you're gonna have to.
Yeah, pull him down. Let me see what we're working with here.
You can find the video where I just yelled "chink" a bunch, and it's a great point.
With my penis tucked between my legs.
I'd fuck me, whatever. That's one of my favorite scenes of all movies ever.
Oh. My God.
The guy who's like, "Hey," the director's like, "We're gonna need you to." He's like, "Wait, you're already doing it." He's like, I was gonna tuck it anyway. It's cool that you let me do it.
It's amazing. That guy's voice is just fucking amazing.
That's what you got out of that. His voice was good.
His voice. I've seen him in other shit too. And his voice.
He's got a woman in a well, and he's got his dick tucked. You're like, man, his vocals are killer.
Wrapping himself in skin.
Listen, I didn't think I had anything else to add to his tucked penis. All right.
What was the other dumb joke I had? Oh, I was flipping through Netflix and I saw the movie Minority Report. So I wrote down, but I didn't watch it, but just in my phone, I just wrote Minority Report, the newspaper for the Klans member.
Is that
Minority Report?
Oh,
that's why I'm happy I'm not on stage anymore.
I'm stupid. No, you just open mic'd it, and I didn't get it.
See, I got to work the delivery. Maybe I lead with the Klan part and then close with the Minority Report.
Well, it wasn't that the name of the fucking Larry Wilbon show? Was that it? Minority.
I think you're right.
No, that was a movie.
No, it was a movie, but also I think for like maybe it had like.
He had a show, but I don't think it was Minority Report.
I could be.
I
could
think it
be
was called
fucking
Black
nuts.
Guy After the Daily Show. I think that's what it was called. It was like,
That was its other name.
Yeah.
oh my god, what else? I'm thinking. Oh, where is this here? I want to pull this up. I'm bad at sharing things. Have you guys seen the Mark Jackson rookie card? You guys heard about this?
Are you about to pull
Basketball
this
player?
up? Are you about to pull this up on the
Yeah,
big screen?
I do things.
Oh Jesus!
You guys seen this?
Oh, he started screen sharing.
All right. Do you see this?
I'm not seeing it right now.
I don't see
I
anything.
see
Neither
titles
one of
and
you?
shit. No, not yet.
Oh,
Oh,
wow.
there.
Ah,
Got it?
Yep.
is that you?
No, it's Mark Jackson encircled. This is why it's a rookie card. That's the Menendez brothers.
Oh no shit!
Wow.
This is before they got in trouble. They had already killed their parents. In this time,
Oh, this picture was taken after they killed their parents.
but before they got convicted, and this obviously means they spent their parents' money for MSG front row to watch the Knicks play. And the one time this card was taken, the picture was taken, they're right the fuck there.
This is why people think the world is a simulation, because you just see something like this and you're like, what are the odds that a picture would have got snapped at this exact moment that would have been the rookie card of that guy?
Yeah.
It's like it's too many impossible sequences of events for that to go down.
Well, how about this? You're Mark Jackson. You're in the NBA. You've been in the NBA Finals. You've been the coach of NBA teams. I think he might even be in the Hall of Fame. And he's the third most famous person on that card.
Yeah.
It's like it's his own fucking card. The Menendez.
Absolutely.
How much is that card worth?
I don't know. Who would buy it? It's
I bet the Menendez brothers.
Just sentimental value.
That's like that drives the value up. I guarantee it. Right?
for sure.
That has to drive it up.
Yeah. Especially if you're a basketball fan and a fan of like serial killers or like murderers and stuff, that's a ticket price you're willing.
There's a crossover. There's absolutely a percentage that likes both. I mean,
It's all about statistics. If you like serial killers and you like basketball, you like statistics.
if you
What
watch
are your
the
numbers? What
if
kind of
you wa-
numbers you putting up? How many people you murder? How many baskets you make?
if you watch the NBA, there's also like a percentage of NBA fans watches Mindhunter. You know, like I don't know what the percentage is. Say it's 2%.
I don't think black people like serial killers.
I watch the NBA.
You're not. Yeah, but you're one white man.
We have white fans.
Do you love serial killers?
I watch Mindhunter and shit. I take an interest.
I've watched Mindhunter. You've named one thing twice. So you're obviously not a fan.
No.
of it.
I watched the TED tapes. Absolutely. I spent a night.
Chronicles.
I spent a full night reading about Richard Dahmer once, just going through his kill by kill.
Yeah,
So
but you're
it's
doing
like
that for like bits.
no. I mean, it's just interesting. It's
That
just
and sexual gratification. I mean, two
yeah,
birds with one
I came before the end.
stone.
I started to watch the Jeffrey Epstein thing on Netflix, and then I'm like, at 3 minutes in, I'm like, oh wait, I don't like kid fucking. Like, why am I watching this?
Is that all? Like, is that just what it's about? Is it like 4 episodes or what?
Well, I didn't get through it. I don't know
Oh,
yet.
okay. Well, you
At the-
started.
I already
It's-
spoiler
it's-
alert. He
it's-
dies at the
hey,
end.
It's just all about him being a philanthropist. They don't even touch on the kid stuff. Like, he really helped out a lot of small businesses and brought a lot
He
of
helped
scientists
so many
together.
people get jobs. He really did.
$500 million. Imagine that.
He had a lot of land. It starts off with him like, where do you live? And he says wherever he's from. And then like, where else do you own homes? He names like 5 other places. Then they start asking him, were you ever arrested for soliciting minors, in this town? He's like, Fifth Amendment. I'm with him. He just keeps saying, he won't say.
Is it a deposition?
At the very beginning, and then they just do they talk to a lot of people that the victims and shit like that, and then they break it down.
I'd love to see like I found this weird YouTube like channel now. It like recommends them to me where they have different interviews of like celebrities that have been like supposedly lying about stuff, and they break down the body language of each person. Like they did it for like Tiger King and that woman who maybe like fed her husband or whatever, and they're like, yeah, she's totally 100%
Who was
lying.
someone talked about? Somebody was on Rogan talking about that.
About what?
I can't remember the name. That podcast. And when you're talking about,
Oh, really?
Was it Rogan or was it Tim Dillon? Was it
Her name Carol Baskin.
I never watched
Yeah.
that. Thank God, I never
Oh,
watched it.
yeah.
Were they talking about the documentary or the body language stuff?
The body language thing.
Oh, okay, yeah, it's fascinating. There's
There's someone else. I forget who. I listened to like 4 podcasts, and it's all in that world. Like Tim Dillon, Joe Rogan,
Okay, cool.
the Bastards Radio, and Cumtown. It's like basically what I listen to all the
Hey,
time.
yeah, I mean that's not far off from me.
Cumtown's the one where I can't tell people what I'm listening to, though. I hate that. That's the name.
Just the news.
Yeah.
Don't.
Because they're mad. They're mad when it's not what they hope it is. They're like,
Yeah.
oh, it's just jokes. I was hoping it was this town full of cum.
Oh no, it's COME town.
No, it's TONE town.
Yeah, I mean, Legion of Skanks is the other one that I really like.
I love Luis Gomez, but I can't listen to Luis Gomez.
You're not alone. A lot of people say that.
Bastard Radio is my favorite marriage of Tim Dillon and Nick Mullen, who I love, but I almost don't want him to talk when he's on it.
Well, he serves his purpose as like those two guys are so fucking brilliant,
Yeah.
but he kind of like brings it down to something that's more understandable. You know?
I don't need it. I'm okay. I got it.
Okay, smarty pants.
I don't need it. I don't need Puerto Rican ruining my day.
Well, that's fair.
They're tough things to do.
That's a running theme with you.
They don't stop ruining the day. That's all they do. I saw a grown adult get yelled at by another grown adult today in public at my work job, and I've missed that. I haven't seen adults get scolded in a long time. It's super fun to watch them turn back into children. The guy got yelled at for like just not doing something right at work, and then he went into the break room and he was talking shit about the manager, and I walked by. And the manager was on the other side of the wall. It's like this thin sheetrock. She could hear him talking shit. So she looks at me and goes, was that guy, Nick? Was he talking shit? I'm like, oh, absolutely. He's talking shit about you. So he comes up to me after and goes, I heard you're a bully and you told on me. I'm like, first of all, I'm not a bully. I'm a snitch. You should know the fucking differences. And yeah, I'm going to snitch all fucking day. I'm 45. You look like a school shooter. I'm not going to let you come in here and kill everybody. I'm telling on everybody. That's what I do.
I thought you were gonna say something about. Have you ever like I don't know like when you or I don't know what your opinion about the masks is, but like I've been walking down the street, and even though I'm 50-50 something, like I don't know where I go back. Whenever I see someone without a mask on, and if they get near me, like I get filled with rage, even though I don't totally necessarily agree with all the mask stuff. But I'm just fucking. There's like a little social contract, and like I get definitely like a little like part of my authoritarian brain like totally kicks in. I'm just like I just want to punch this person in the face for not having it on, and at the same time, I also think, do we really need to wear the masks? So it's weird...
I'm with you 100%. I'm mad because they are having the balls to do what I'm not doing.
I'm like, I think that's what it is. I'm jealous of their. John, you look horrified.
I have to take a city. I'm just debating if I care.
I have to take a city bus to get to work, and so there's people on there. They wear the mask to get on the bus, and the second they get on, they take it off. They drink. They do whatever. I've seen arguments every day, and I've watched both sides. The crazy person yelling at the person without the mask, the woman yelling back.
So
if
you're saying you just sit there and quietly stew and hate everything, I think that's the most mentally stable thing to do, is to have a murder fantasy in your head play out, but not actually speak to the person.
But when I do see someone without a mask now, I do weird, like you said, I do look at them like their dick's out. It's weird. Like, oh wait, what are you doing? How dare you be out here without a mask on your face?
It's really just inside versus outside for me. Like if it's outside, I don't give a fuck. I don't. But if it's inside, I guess that's different.
Well, my rule is I'll wear it anywhere you tell. If you own an establishment and you're telling me I'm gonna respect. If I go to your house, you tell me to take my shoes off, I'm gonna take my fucking shoes off. I'm not gonna argue it. So if I'm going to a business and they say put a mask on, I'll put the fucking mask on. But if you don't tell me to, I'm not wearing a fucking mask.
Yeah, I mean, and this is me just being a fucking like suspicious person, but like I partially think the mask is just like it's a measure to make people think they're doing something and it gives them comfort. Like that's like,
you know what people were telling me, some of the guys, like I forget what hospital it was, but we were hanging out and like the security guards are getting told this happened at two different hospitals with two different security guards. People were telling them they wouldn't let them wear the N95s. They were like, it would make the public uncomfortable. I'm like, literally everyone is wearing fucking masks right now. And I guess I think that's been like a thing. Like people have been like complaining about their companies like not letting the security guards like wear masks, at least the beginning of the pandemic or whatever.
I think the mask is good for any women that have mustaches because now they're hot again.
Back to the glory hole. Bad teeth. You know.
Oh my God! Do you have to wear a mask at the glory hole?
I think you have to.
Because that's not 6 feet apart at all.
I have a friend who picked up a girl on the street the other day. She was wearing a mask, so all I could see was hair up. And she was like, you don't even know what I look like. And he was like, no, I can tell you're pretty. And like got her number. And I think he's going out with her today.
I
So
know,
fucking-
I know without you saying any details, I know exactly what my
Uh,
friend was.
yeah. So like, yeah, I mean, like that's balls. Because I mean, she could have a fucking hair lip underneath.
Yeah, but see, this is what's wonderful about the mask is it's bringing back objectifying women. Like you can now describe someone as, look, it's Cindy. Do you know her? Oh, you mean the one with the big tits and the red mask? Yeah, she's great. Like,
That's a
you know
good
what I
point.
mean? You can describe it again. You don't have to like lie and say like, oh, the nice smile. You can't see your fucking face. You might not have a chin. I don't give a shit.
Yeah, now I feel like I want to fetishize like women's chins. Like I feel like now is the time. Like I'm not into feet stuff, but I could if we continuously like let me just make it like the new cleavage. Like get that.
I'm gonna come all over Jay Leno's
Oh,
face.
yeah.
I think that the blowjob is the new vaginal sex.
Yeah, through the mask. You just
Like,
put it under. You just tuck it under, right? The mask.
Just,
me in.
we just start sucking on chins.
I would do that before armpit. I think.
Yeah.
If I had my choice of armpit or chin.
Yeah, no shit. That's
I knew a
insane.
girl who was a stripper, and a guy paid her $100 just to smell her armpit.
Really? Well, that's
yeah, like,
kinky.
but like for like 5 minutes, like just inhale it.
We also
Well,
been
yeah,
doing pretty well.
we all have our thing.
But then what do you do with that after? Like you're just going home with this and jerking off to what you're not jerking off there. I guess it's not second, like you were saying before. I guess it's something weird. Maybe I know that when I could see certain things that I'm not really kinky in any kind of way. I'm turned on if a girl is wearing like stockings. I like that on a woman. I don't
Pervert.
like feet or whatever. But I know that's because when I was younger, when I first started getting feelings for girls that wore skirts to school and dressed up a little bit, I was turned on because the first time I see, like when I was noticing girls, I know that's where that in my head. I could definitely trigger it back to the certain girls that I found attractive because they were dressed that way.
I was so ready for that to be a mother thing. Just like I know I'm attracted because mother used to wear stockings when she went out at night.
She wore them at Christmas, and I just associate a lot of positive feelings around Christmas time. So
I get hard when I see a tree.
One of the bits I was doing right before this all ended, and it really divided the fucking room, is I would say that, you know, when I was little, my mom and dad got divorced, and I was the oldest one. So my mom, like 2 years in, turned to me and said, "You have to be the man of the house now." I was like, I didn't know how to tell her, like, "Mom, I don't want to fuck you." And half the crowd laughs, and the other one lady goes, "You can't say that." I'm like, would you rather the scenario be, yeah, I want to fuck my mom? I think I made the proper choice here.
It's a joke.
No, but anyway, it's like, no. I had to make a stand.
But you don't know. But you don't know.
So, you know, all jokes come from truth.
That's what they tell me. I fucking hate that though when you do write like goofy jokes. Like I'll write goofy jokes, you'll hear someone be like, "Oh, well, you thought of that," so blah 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 blah, and you're like, "Get the fuck out of here."
Yeah. Well, okay. Thinking of that, incest. How do they? Who approaches it?
A
Two
brave
people
soul.
are on board. I'm talking about consensual incest, not that. The other one's not incest. That's rape.
That's just a wrestling match that keeps on escalating.
Once you go there, you can't go back, right? Like you're in. You're fucking in family. Like you don't.
You don't think it's the scene like you typically see this with like a guy and a girl where it's like it starts off as a fight, you know, like she starts attacking him and then he eventually gets her by the wrists and pins her down and then he kisses her. That's how incest starts in my mind. Playful fighting. Playful fighting.
Who are the ancestors in your mind? Who's who?
Just a little splash fight in the bathtub.
Cousins.
You know how it happens.
Cousins.
Oh God. Whatever, Mr. Lame. I'm talking real deal bloodlines. Fuck cousins. I'm talking mom, kid.
First cousin. I would actually be excited if I had a friend who did that. That's because I would have a story for the rest of my life.
Listen, we all at one point in our life, at one point we were younger, thought one cousin was attractive for a minute because we didn't know anyone else.
I admit that completely.
100%.
John has all male cousins too.
They're hot. Wait, is there gay incest?
Of course.
What do you mean, of course? Name me one.
Name me regular incest.
The Jacksons.
Gotcha, motherfucker.
Maybe, right? No, the Jacksons. Right? They do some stuff.
No, I don't think so.
You say the Jacksons?
Yeah, I think they fucked.
You think the
You
brothers
can't
fucked
just
each other?
beat them. You gotta fuck them.
I'm trying to
Gay incest. I know homosexuality.
That's a weird one.
I know homosexuality is
I'm gay,
fine.
but just for my son.
maybe twins. Maybe two twins were like, I'm gay and I think I'm beautiful, and they just like start Like
identical twins.
Identical
There's
gay twins.
nothing more narcissistic than
Yeah.
fucking your identical twin. That is the most ultimate "I'm so hot" move.
Yeah, get over here. I want to suck that dick.
It
Beautiful.
just counts as masturbation. Come on.
See, that's when that line works. I'd fuck me, and it really is you. It's like,
I'd fuck me. They do like a mirror role play. Oh.
oh, that's fun. That's a good time.
But yeah, I mean, like homosexuality, obviously, there's nothing wrong with that. But if it's incest, I think it does make it worse.
Why is jerking off not homosexual?
Such a sexual conservative, John.
I am. I'm a Christian conservative.
Man of the cloth over
I'm a
here.
Christian conservative.
Why is jerking off not homosexual? You're grabbing your own dick.
Because it's you. And because I do it and I ain't no homo. Okay.
What if I identify as a sexy lady? Then is it okay?
That's different.
I don't understand that one either. Identifying as something else is very strange. I'm not gonna, if you two are, you're living in New York, so you have to like trans people. That's the rules. Because you have to get that stage time from the unfunny people. I
love them.
Yeah, that joke was so funny. I like hack trans. I like them. The ones where they're just doing the old school, like Mrs. Doubtfire, fun ones. Not the new modern. Look at me, I can do stuff, and I've got dick and balls and pussy and all the fun stuff.
Yeah.
I don't get just. Okay, I don't care who you are. I don't care who you fuck. I don't care what you think you are. Just do your 5 minutes. Don't go over to light. Don't identify as a black person and go over. That's what I'm asking. Do your stage time and get off the stage.
Yeah. If you're funny, that's really all I give a fuck about.
I'm kind of like the
And white. I forgot
be white as fuck, please.
Yeah.
Like Joe Rogan is like big. He's like very anti like having trans athletes like in MMA. Like, so we're like a man who essentially transitions into a woman fighting women. Yeah, I think that's great. I think
that's a bold stance.
I know.
I like it the other way.
What? Oh,
a woman that turns into a guy and wants to fight men. You know what? Yeah, I'll watch that.
Oh, that should totally be acceptable.
Well, that's fine. I mean, that's fine. But I mean, the other way, it's just you're on fucking steroids. I mean, how is that even? I know it's controversial to some, but how is that even controversial?
I think just let it play out. I think they should go, all right, and then just see how many. Just after the first like 6 women die in the ring. Well,
they should just have their own league. There's a men's and women's division.
How many tranny MMA fighters are there? Like 4.
Well, I mean, how many tranny comics
are there?
We have to bow down
beating the shit out of each other.
Well, how many tranny comics are there really? We have to bow down to them for everything they do. Like, there's more midgets than there are trans people in the world. We don't respect the midgets. What's happening there? You guys good? I'm unstable. You're both froze. And we're dead. All right. You guys both hear me again? You're moving?
Down or something.
No. But either way, I think we're going to close it on that. We can always close on the tranny fun. Where can they guys hear your podcast, promote your stuff?
I'm here.
Right.
Something happened.
Oh.
Where can they follow you?
Are we here now?
You're both here.
All right, we're back. All right.
Promote yourselves. I mean,
I'm on Twitter. On Twitter and Instagram at Jonathan Tilson, 2 L's in Tilson, and then
no H in Jonathan. Why are you guys full name Jones,
now.
Steven and Jonathan? But then what is that? Just proper?
No H.
No H. All right. This part, for some reason, we're dying.
Take a look at us. Take a look at us. That's why, Pat. See those hair parts?
Yeah, I am very jealous of all the hair you guys have. All right, we keep freezing. Fuck it. Make sure you check out their podcast, Boil Now. It's actually very funny. I hear Geek Sauce is a fun show. I know some people have done it for you, and I hear it. So hopefully it opens up again, and you can do fun comedy again in New York. John, I hope you quit. But thanks, Steven, I hope the best for you.
Thanks,
matter of time. Matter of time.
Guys, thank you so much for doing the show.
Thanks,
Dude, thanks for having me.
Appreciate it.